Today I'm going to prepare a very secret Italian regional chocolate cake from Emilia-Romagna. It is a flourless chocolate cake, torta Barozzi. My name is Stefano, welcome to my channel.
This cake was invented in Pasticceria Gollini, a pastry shop in Modena, and is still a secret recipe today. It was inspired by an architect and have an old story to tell. But let's start with the preparation by melting 330 grams of dark chocolate with 105 grams butter in a bain-marie or in a microwave. Meanwhile, separate 4 eggs. Crack the egg over a small bowl, catch the yolk and drop it into the mixer bowl. Reserve the whites that we will need it later. Add 60 grams of sugar and mix immediately. Operate the mixer and whip at high speed for something between 3 to 4 minutes. When the egg is frothy and whipped, evacuate into a separate bowl, wash the mixer container and pour in the egg white. Whip until stiff, always at high speed, adding 60 grams of sugar a little at a time. At this point, add 15 grams of coffee powder and 5 grams of rum to the melted chocolate butter. Mix well until a homogeneous mix is obtained. Now pour this mixture, which in the meantime will have warmed to around 40 degrees Celsius, on the previously whipped egg yolks, and stir with a spatula with a circular motion and from the bottom up. Once you have reached a fairly amalgamated mixture, start adding the whipped egg whites in 2 steps, following the same application used before for the egg yolks, with a spatula in a circular direction and from bottom to top. Gently combine without disassembling the mixture. Now a bit of history. Eugenio Gollini was a talented pastry chef based in Modena. Jacopo Barozzi was one of the most important architects of the 16th century. He built many famous buildings and churches in Italy. He replaced Michelangelo after his death as the major architect of San Pietro Basilica in Rome, where he rests in the Pantheon. You might be thinking, what these two guys have in common? Well, a chocolate cake. In 1886, Gollini created a dessert called black cake due to the dark color of the dough. A few years later, he changed its name in honor of his fellow citizen Jacopo Barozzi. Due to the increased success of the cake and the rising of imitation, Gollini's grandchild decided to register the recipe and the brand name Torta Barozzi in 1948. So is there one and only Torta Barozzi made by Pasticceria Gollini in Vignola? Well, no. Like there is one Nutella but many hazelnut chocolate spread, the same happens for Torta Barozzi. So while you can still find Torta Barozzi branded by Gollini, you can also get Torta Barozzi style in many pastry shops near Modena. The ingredients are the same, the recipe, who knows? Returning to our recipe, add 70 grams of chopped pine nuts and 30 grams of chopped almonds. Add them to the mixer, then pass it into the mold. Cover a square of rectangular baking tray with aluminum foil and pour the mixture in. In my case, I made 2, one rectangular and a round one covered just with baking paper.
Bake at 160 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. After 35 minutes you can leave it to rest for a couple of hours until cold. To understand if it's cooked, you can pierce it with a toothpick, and if it comes out dry, means that it's ready.
Once cooled, place the cake on a tray without removing the foil. It will prevent the cake to crumble when slicing it. Cover with a light dust of icing sugar. It is usually cut into square, and it is common to serve Torta Barozzi with mascarpone cream or some drops of balsamic vinegar. Note that Torta Barozzi is a gluten-free dessert and resists out of the fridge for about 1 month. The original recipe of Torta Barozzi is one of the best kept secrets of Modena food scene, more than tigelle or borlenghi. If you cannot visit Pasticceria Gollini in Vignola or taste Torta Barozzi during a visit to Modena food tour, you can still make this dessert at home thanks to this recipe.
And this is going to be all for today's video. I hope you enjoy. If so, don't forget to click like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.